Hi everyone, welcome to Ethernal Realms and welcome to the month ahead astrology reading. Make sure you check your sun, moon and rising signs for a comprehensive view of the month. Additionally, I would recommend watching the tarot reading of the month ahead for your zodiac to get a different perspective of the month. While you will know the astrology in advance through this session, I will also send you a reminder when the astrological events are near. All you have to do is subscribe, hit the bell, and you will be notified as the events occur. I occasionally post behind the scenes meditation guidance, quizzes, and polls, which you can check for yourself in my community page, and it goes without saying that you will be notified when new videos are out, such as other zodiac readings and pick a card tarot readings too. If you prefer to cut down the guesswork about your month ahead, you can always connect with me via Etsy to get a personalized week by week, month ahead tarot reading paired with the general astrology. So enough about me, let's talk about you. So on the 1st of July, we have the Sun meeting with Mercury in the sign of Cancer, and that is going to affect you in your 8th house of hidden situations like your subconscious, the psyche, your shadow work and transformations. This also rules your shared assets and vulnerability and intimacy as well. Your fears and insecurities are over here too. So there can be some revelation or some new knowledge comes to light. If you go for therapy or you work with shadow work, then you are going to receive some new information, and that is quite illuminating and liberating as well. It brings you a greater sense of peace. On the 2nd, we have a square between Venus in Leo and Uranus in Taurus. So Leo is in your 9th house of philosophy, belief systems, religion, spirituality, and foreign cultures and travel. Meanwhile, Taurus is in your 6th house of routines, day-to-day activities, lifestyle, habits, and exercise regimen as well. So this square can bring about questions of, have you been breaking free out of a rut? Have you been implementing new habits which are better for your highest expression? Venus in Leo in that 9th is going to ask about, are you being the best you can be? Okay, because there is a square, Uranus can bring about some surprising developments or, new breakthroughs in ongoing situations which take you out of that kind of stability. And because your 6th house is a fixed sign, you are likely someone who likes their, everyday routines to be similar, to be relied upon, basically. If you have employees, for example, you would look for someone who is patient, long-lasting, and just steady and reliable as well. So the square with this with the Leo house can talk about where are your habits and your environment not helping you expand in life. Okay, on the plus side, this can be a wonderful breakthrough because Venus squares are quite fortunate, even if, it is still a square. It indicates there can be some exciting new people that you meet who are of a different culture, who come into your workspace, who are collaborating with you in your project, something like that. So there is a chance to learn something completely new. And I know that Sagittarians absolutely love that. On the 3rd, we have a full moon in Capricorn, and the moon is in Capricorn. The sun is in Cancer, so your 2nd house is getting lit because of this moon. Your finances come into the picture, your priorities are coming up again, and you're kind of seeing where you're done with a certain cycle. For example, deciding that you're done with junk food and you're not going to invest in that anymore, or you're done with a certain project and you don't need to put your effort in there anymore. So your priorities and investments, by that I not only mean financially, but also your time, energy, and focus. Okay, so the rebalancing can also indicate that you want to save more for yourself rather than sending it for some other investment options or into the joint finance or savings account or whatever the case is. So you're looking at how can you manage your finances much better. Also, you're looking at how do you feel about yourself. There can be some new, not new, but some feelings that can come up here because the moon sign is about the feelings and the instincts. You might feel as though you need something that would be helpful for the longer run instead of something that is sort of an instant gratification. But at the same time, you might need to send home or towards your family, some finances, something like that. So you're kind of looking at what would be the best middle path. On the 9th, we have a trine between Mercury in Cancer and Neptune in Pisces, and Neptune is retrograde. So this is Cancer is again in your 8th house, and we have the Pisces as your 4th house. So this is more of the private sector. The 4th, 8th, and 12th are private areas of our lives, and people don't notice these developments from the outside, but it's definitely very real, and it's more emotional in nature for you. So you're looking at how does home make you feel, and there can be some desire to put some imagination or creativity or a new spark in that area. And you're coming across some ideas through maybe a partner, or maybe this just coming from your subconscious. As you meditate or spend some time by yourself, you're like, maybe I could try this out, and it actually ends up making your home or your immediate environment, your family dynamics as well, much better. The water trines are really nice for peace and harmony. So if there are any ongoing struggles or unspoken arguments, sort of passive aggressive type of behavior or something, there's a lot more clarity coming this date. On the 10th, we have an opposition between Mercury in Cancer and Pluto in Capricorn, and Pluto is retrograde. So the power and self-worth and the control you would like to have and maintain in your life regarding finances or other material comforts, that is needing to come through you. You cannot you don't have the external situations kind of pushing you in that direction because Pluto is retrograde. But I really like that Mercury is right opposite. Mercury is the planet of the conscious mind. So whatever this obscure lesson that Pluto is trying to teach us, Mercury is kind of reflecting that lesson from another source to make us have that transformation. So again, through vulnerable and intimate moments, through understanding your fears, doing shadow work, and feeling compassion for yourself and other people, that can bring in a lot of rebalancing. On the same day, we have Mars moving from Leo into Virgo. So while Mars was in Leo, it was at a favorable aspect to you in a trine angle, but now it is moving into a square space. So this can feel like you are being pulled between the time that you have for yourself, but also you have to be very focused and ambitious around this time. You might be called a lot at work, or you have a lot of things going on related to your ambitions and your goals and your public image as well. Wherever Mars goes, the activity follows. So there's a sort of busyness that you're experiencing at this time. So make sure to incorporate some self-care methods and different ways to cool off after the day is done, so that you're replenished for the next day. But the good thing is it is trining with the North Node in Taurus on this particular day, so you're likely to get some encouragement as well from your workspace that kind of motivates you to keep on going. You get some good news or some positive growth related to your occupation or the habits that you're changing, the new things you're incorporating that is helping you achieve your larger goals, basically. So you're absolutely encouraged at this time. The next day, we have Mercury moving from Cancer, your 8th house, into Leo, your 9th house. So now Mercury is in a favorable aspect to you, but will be making a square with the North Node in Taurus. So Mercury in Leo is about confident speech, as well as confident presentation, and over here it can talk about an increasing passion about learning new things and exploring new horizons. And you might also meet people or communicate with people who are from different backgrounds, and you're very excited about what you discover. You want to find out more, and maybe you learn some tips and tricks as well from them, which you're interested to implement within your mindsets and in your life. This also talks about as you as a teacher or a mentor figure to someone, that you are offering some type of guidance, but at the same time you are learning from your continuing experiences as well. And I say that because of the square that Mercury makes with the North Node in the Taurus house of your health, habits, and daily routines. So over here, there can be some breakthroughs that are forming because you're trying out new things, you're exploring different options, or you're very inspired to do the same. You might be organizing your space, decluttering things, and maybe you're purchasing some like new plants, or just different ways that you can make things a lot more streamlined for yourself and increase the comfort of your home. But you might feel as though the exact thing that you wanted to increase your comfort, that is not available, so you have to do some creative problem solving. Okay, but then this also showcases how well you're able to tackle sticky situations like this. And this also goes for your workplace environment, the people that you work with, and the projects that you're working on. There can be something new or seemingly uncomfortable that you've been dealing with, but you again use that creative problem solving technique and you're out of the woods. It works out fine. And I say it works out fine because now the North Node is shifting from Taurus into Aries the next day. So whatever aspects it formed with Mercury and Mars in the previous 2 days, it is basically giving us its last blessings and some additional tips and tricks that we can take with us, or some missing information that we can take with us moving forward. But the lesson with the Taurus area is done for now. So the next day, when the North Node moves into Aries, that is going to also mean that the South Node is moving into the opposite sign of Libra. Your 11th house and your 5th house is going to be lit up. So you will be feeling more inspired because it's a fire sign. It's at a trine angle to you, and it is also making another trine with Mercury and Venus in Leo. So highly inspired, and so much growth and expansion can come up here. There's a lot of healing that you can do of your inner child, and if you have children, then you're spending a lot of time with them, or you're enjoying doing your creative work, or creativity, self-expression, that's expanding and exploring new options is absolutely possible here. You're expanding your horizons in that creativity section. But also the 5th house talks about romance and dating. So you're likely to meet different types of people, new people who can be from far off lands. And you're like, whoa, okay, I've never met anyone from there. So please tell me more. There's more of that intrigue and wanting to explore. Because North Nodes talk about new energy that's coming in, there's also that idealism, but at the same time, excitement to jump into something new, right? So pace yourself, be patient with yourself. It's a long transit, 1.5 years. So you're going to discover many sides to the Aries house that you have. And at the same time, you're going to be letting go of certain ideals you've held on to in the past, especially related with relationships and friendships as well. In some cases, even some friends could lose out of touch. Like there's a sense of outgrowing the connection. But at the same time, you can acquire a lot of help and support through friends. Like some of your closest friends or the truest friends, they are not going to leave your life, okay? Just making it clear. Things that are for you, things that are authentic to you, your soul, they don't leave your life. Only the things that are toxic and inhibit your soul's growth and purpose, those are the things that leave our lives, okay? So the friends that you have, they can help you meet someone who's from that different background. And in that case, the South Node acts as a resource. Meanwhile, the North Node acts as the point of expansion and fulfillment. More you express yourself, more time you make for your expression and creativity, spending time with your friends, the more joy you're going to feel. The 5th house is all about that joy. This can even be, adding more working out, something more dynamic and energetic you could be adding. You can even go for like some classes that you take, but with people, but it's not about the people. You're still taking classes for you, but in that process, you end up meeting some new friends or making new connections and figuring that, hey, these are kind of my tribe and I didn't know that. I didn't come here for that. And this can be outside of your comfort zone. The North Node is not comfortable. It's completely new avenues, and you might think that what if I stand out too much, or what if I don't fit in, what if I'm criticized, or whatever the case is, right? So yes, that can be a fear, but don't worry about it. Once again, it's at a favorable aspect to you, so it is going to either way encourage you, or your friends are going to encourage you, like, come on, go for it, it's going to be great. And guess what, you enjoy it. Okay, on the 17th, we have a new moon in Cancer, and that's in your 8th house of subconscious patterns and conditioning, your hidden sectors of fear, insecurity, vulnerability, intimacy, all of these things, right? So a new beginning means that there is a purging of sorts that is happening, that's releasing some type of emotional toxicity. Any emotions you've held on to for a long time in the past that, you're just not forgiving. This is the time to begin a new chapter and a new cycle, because guess what? With the North Node moving into the new space, it's going to be as though the focus of life has completely shifted now. Okay, so it's time to let old things be. And the same day, we have Mercury in Leo squaring with Jupiter in Taurus. So once again, your future visions, how are your daily habits and thought patterns inhibiting where you want to go 5 years from now, 3 years from now? What is that vision that you see for yourself of expansion, and what does not add up in that way? So this can create a little bit of stress because it's not already set, but at the same time it gives you important information that is going to get you set on that track, right? And because it's a time of that new moon, the clarity or the recognition and the intuition is going to be really sharp, and that can be the point where it is helping you kind of figure out that, okay, this is something that I can't keep holding on to, so I'm going to cleanse it out of my life. Okay, now even in terms of shared resources, this can mean that you're starting a new savings account or a new investment scheme, or partnering up with someone and now you have a joint financial account, or if you're sharing your room with roommates or something like that, then you're looking at how can you share the space so that everyone is at peace and there is harmony in the house. On the 20th, we have a harmonious relationship between the Sun in Cancer in that 8th house, trining with Neptune, who's retrograde in your 4th house of Pisces. So your home and family environment and how it is affecting you subconsciously, there is a nice relationship here, which means that the clarity that you're getting at home or in your therapist's office, in your shadow work sessions, in just your deep investigative thinking, that is going to help you find much better peace and harmony in all types of relationships. Inner peace is absolutely standing out here. Now, because Neptune is retrograde, there is nothing illusory about this energy. It's quite realistic. So I have more faith that it is going to be more long-term. Even beyond Neptune turning direct again later on. The same day, we have Mars opposite Saturn. Mars is in Virgo in your 10th house, and Saturn is in Pisces, who's retrograde at this time, in your 4th house. So how much time and responsibilities are you putting towards your home and family environment, and how much time are you putting towards your work? It is likely that your home has to be reorganized or restructured, or your family obligations and dynamics need to be restructured in some way, so that you are able to go and complete the ambitions that you have going on, the current commitments that you have related to your work. You're spending more active time in the workspace because, again, your responsibilities are increasing, or for some reason, people are coming to you. Everyone has a different life story, so of course I can't get too detailed with the examples, but you get it. And this can mean that you're busy over there, you're organizing stuff over there, so you kind of lose the you're not as pedantic about how you would maintain the home sphere. Okay, but on the downside, if you're someone who is a homebody, then this can feel like a tension, because you would rather be at home and be relaxed and let loose, have fun, spend time with your loved ones, but you might have to be a little bit busy around this time. On the 22nd, we have another opposition. The Sun is in Cancer and Pluto is in Capricorn retrograde. So once again, the 2nd house, 8th house topics come in. Where are you protecting yourself and shielding yourself from intimacy? That can come up. And at the same time, are you opening up too much with other people without discerning what are your priorities and what are you really looking for? Both of these are extreme topics, of course, and the quest with every opposition is to find moderation in both sides, so that there is a balance and harmonious flow between the two sides. Okay, that's the aim. So try to strike that as best that you can. The same day, we have the Sun in Cancer squaring with the North Node in Aries. So yes, your 8th house and your 5th house. You want to express yourself with full vitality, with full joy, but at the same time, there are certain things that are stopping you. This can be childhood wounds, wounds coming from the maternal figure, or something that comes from your ancestry, or just in your emotions, certain fears that you can't seem to shake off. Be patient with yourself. I mentioned that already for the 12th, that be patient. It's only the beginning stage, and this is the first aspect that North Node is forming while being in Aries. Okay, so things are going to get figured out, and squares have plenty of energy, so it is likely that creative problem solving is going to help you out, or getting guidance from someone who's compassionate and you recognize as a healer or a therapist can be also very useful in breaking you out of a cycle. On the 23rd, the zodiac season shifts from Cancer season to Leo season. So the sun moves into Leo, and the same day we have Venus in Leo going retrograde. So there's a lot of rethinking and recalibrating about relationships connected with your mentor figures, with your how you're showing up for your future, and what your belief systems are about the world, about yourself, about your place in the world. Okay, how you are expressing yourself. Are you fulfilled? Are you satisfied? Are you expanding and growing yourself or your career or your goals? Are you having fun while doing so? If not, what has to give? The sun in Leo means that you're especially focused in that 9th house section, and Sagittarius normally sits in that 9th house if we go with the Aries being the first and Taurus being the second and all of that. So this is kind of your element. Okay, so you are in a harmonious relationship with Venus retro as well as the sun. It's a fellow fire sign. So whatever new developments that are happening here is positively affecting your direction of fulfillment in the coming 1.5 years and overall growth of you. The same day we have Mercury in Leo squaring with Uranus in Taurus. So the square between the 6th house and the 9th house is coming up again, of what are your daily habits and how are you interrupting that. There can be some new developments that come up and you're like, okay, well, I have to focus on that before I can do my stuff. And the way to resolve squares is to pay attention to both sides of the story instead of just one. So yes, there will be changes that you're dealing with in your daily habits and routines, but at the same time, it's important to not get stuck because you are changing and growing as well. So your life has to kind of correspond to that situation, right? So don't resist it. Try to go with the flow, keep an open mind, but yes, stay strong in what you are trying to accomplish, because it looks like that's possible. With Mercury square Uranus, there can be like surprising news, but at the same time, which are like liberating and creating a breakthrough. On the 27th, we have Mercury meeting Venus in Leo, and Venus is retrograde at this time. So I feel as though this is the first time we get some conscious information and direction of what Venus retrograde means for us individually. Okay, on the 27th, take note of that. This will be surrounding your 9th house topics of philosophy, beliefs, religion, spirituality, expansion, and foreign travel, culture. And Venus rules relationships. So your relationship to foreign cultures, relationship to your creativity and expansion, things like that. On the 28th, we have Mercury in Leo trining the North Node in Aries, and this is showing that we're making some good progress. We are moving forward and we're getting inspired and creative with the North Node in Aries. We are feeling a lot more fulfilled at this time, okay? You're expressing yourself more, you have some personal time as well, and you're very excited to have fun, let loose, and enjoy. And at the same time, you're growing yourself because, again, Leo in that 9th house, you're growing and raising your vibe in some way. You can be especially called towards spirituality in this time, and you get some awesome direction symbolically or energetically of what needs to be done. The same day we have Mercury moving into Virgo, and it's quite strong here because Mercury rules Virgo, and that's your 10th house. So your communication and presentation is going to stand out. If you have any documentation or literal presentations you're making, that this would be a nice period where you can get it done and create a strong impression. You're also more analytical and practical. You're also discerning and careful, methodical. Your direction and guidance that you offer to other people can be versatile in nature too, because one shoe does not fit everybody, so you can personalize and stylize according to the people that are coming towards you. Okay, so you're sought after once again at this time. So that's what I have for you. Thank you for being here. I really hope you enjoyed and that the messages help you out throughout the month. Stay tuned for the tarot reading for your zodiac sign as well. I will be uploading them soon. Make sure you subscribe and hit the bell so you're notified whenever that's up. And if you enjoyed the reading, please do like and comment your thoughts if you have any. It will be really lovely to hear back from you, and it really helps the channel grow as well. I will see you some other time. Until then, take care. Bye.